This robot vacuum does it all. It can vacuum hard carpet, soft carpet, hard floors, and it can mop. The real question is, how well does it do any of this? I've used a lot of robot vacuums, and this one is as good as any. One thing that really makes this nice is it does have this LiDAR sensor, so it will spin around and it will map out your house as it goes, and it creates a map on the fly. So if you want to do some really smart things like program what room this goes to and things like that, you can do that. The roller on the vacuum does have a brush, and it does have the rubber, so it does a good job picking up hairs as well as other things that you might have in your carpet. Also works great on a hard floor as well. It does have sweepers. It only has one, so it doesn't have the two to direct everything in the middle, but it does have that one. And of course it has the mop function as well. This was sent to me so I could test it out and make this video. And while I really like it, I do want to point out some things that you should be aware of if you're thinking of getting a robot vacuum like this. If you've never used a robot vacuum before, I think the important thing to be aware of is robot vacuums, they're never going to have the kind of suction and power and size that your normal stand-up vacuum has. And the way we use this in our house is it basically maintains the carpet and it keeps them clean. If we need to do deep cleaning or spot cleaning, that's what we use our stand-up vacuum for. But what's really cool about this is that it goes back and forth in a pattern. So when you're done vacuuming, it kind of looks like a freshly mowed lawn where it has those nice patterns. That's always been one thing I really like about robot vacuum cleaners. And similarly with the mop function, it just has the pad on the back. You fill this up with water and it saturates the pad and keeps it wet. So it's kind of the same as just getting a washcloth and running it along the floor with, I mean, about as much pressure as this is heavy, which obviously is not super heavy. So it's just like lightly wiping things down. So again, it's not really great for doing a deep cleaning or anything, but for maintaining a clean floor or getting dust off or something like that, it works really well for that. Overall, I've been really happy with this. It uses the Smart Life app. I appreciate that because that's the app I use for almost everything. So it's nice that I don't have to have a dedicated app just for this vacuum. If I'm being honest, the app can let you do a ton of really cool things, but we just turn it on when we want to vacuum and let it do its own thing, and that's it. Another important thing to be aware of with a robot vacuum cleaner is it does require a clean floor. So you're not going to be doing that spot vacuuming and vacuum around toys if you have a bunch of toys out like we always do. So it does require some prep work if you have things on the floor. Again, if you're just maintaining things or your house is already clean, this is fantastic for that. My kids love this. They treat it as their pet. They really like to feed it, which is great for me because they'll pick up little things on the carpet, they'll move it in front of the vacuum so it will vacuum it up. Does a good job picking things up. Overall, a very impressive robot vacuum.